every morning.
That's right.
We love it.
Yeah, and we'll get all the latest hurricane or tropical updates as they come out. 7 a.m. is the latest outlook that lets us know which tropical wave has the best chance of developing over the next 48 hours or 7 days. But something I want to point out, a couple of things, key notes from Hurricane Erin this morning is when we take a look at the wind field, it is expected to expand as the hurricane weakens. Notice the Outer Banks, North Carolina, that location, that area is expected to experience tropical storm force winds. And something else I just want to remind you, the pause points are going to be a little off, I can already tell, but if this storm were to shift a little bit more on the outside of this forecast cone, because the forecast cone is only the center, then there could be of some tropical storm force winds a little bit further inland into North Carolina. And so with that being said, National Hurricane Center, of course, 10 a.m. that's when we'll have the next update specifically on Erin on 3 News Plus. But Erin has already started to remind us of something. So I've marked down some lessons from Erin this morning, reminding us that a small shift in the forecast cone can change a big impact in what is felt. So if the cone has shifted a little bit more west over the last couple of days, and so there's going to be bigger impacts in particular right there along the North Carolina coast. Additionally, storm surge, and then you combine that with big powerful waves, that can result in a bigger impact than you think. We kind of saw that last year with Alberto. Hurricane Hannah had some bigger waves on top of the surge, which is what destroyed Bob Hall Pier. So just a couple of things to think about. It's not just the storm surge, which is roughly about 4 feet for Erin. It's also the large waves on top of that that could cause damage right there along the coast and coastal erosion and things like that. Finally, this is a big one we've been talking about. They're really going into a lot of detail every day on GMA about it, but rip currents and dangerous surf, those conditions can happen when the center of the storm is hundreds of miles away, especially along the East Coast. That's very easy to happen, but that can also happen in the Gulf. We saw it with Hurricane Laura back in 2020. Here's the latest view of Hurricane Erin. So what I want to show you is it is weakening, or it's not nearly as organized as it was. It's a little lopsided. Currently, it is a Category 3 hurricane with 115-mile-per-hour sustained winds, and it is 675 miles southwest of Bermuda. It is still moving northwest at 7 miles per hour right now. So the storm is expected to still be a Category 3 hurricane as it is approaching the area near North Carolina, then turning more northeast and continuing to weaken as it does so into the weekend. But between now and the weekend, still going to see big impacts along the coast because of those wave heights. Look at this, that's 40+ foot waves at the center of the storm, and then they ripple out as it moves along. But you can see this is still dangerous surf conditions all the way from Miami all the way up to Nova Scotia and areas along the Canadian coast even. We'll see some impacts from waves from the storm. In the tropical overview, there's 2 other tropical waves we are watching besides Hurricane Erin that have a low and medium chance of developing. Latest guidance still showing these waves taking a similar path to Erin. They'll travel across the Atlantic depending on the strength of this high or how far south or north they are. They are expected to still turn north and avoid the Gulf, but that could change between now and then. So that's just something we're watching, but it does look like they'll follow similar paths to Erin as of today. Our marine currents, calm conditions out there. Our waves are flat here in the Gulf. We'll see temperatures staying in the 80s, upper 80s along the coast, a low chance of rain, but even with that, UV index is still extreme. Tide forecast is running high, but all the cameras this morning have the tide well below coastal flooding levels, so that's good news. And notice flat conditions expected locally in the Gulf, which means no tropical activity anytime soon. Now, with that being said, we are tracking some thunderstorms. We're going to break down everything you need to know for our stormy pattern coming up about 30 minutes from now. Barbie, John Thomas.
Thank you, Carly.